Woof. Welcome to another Volti Audio one-take video. 2026 is upon us. Late last year, I built what I think is going to be the last set of Rival SEs. These special edition Rivals I've been making for probably 5 years now. And they're the curved-sided ones. And they are essentially Rivals. Not a huge difference between them and Rivals. They have, I think the curved cabinets do work a little better with the woofers or in the bass, however you want to put that. And so they do sound just a tad better than regular Rivals. And they have the external crossovers. That makes a difference, you know. External crossovers really do make an improvement in sound quality. So I thought I would just sort of highlight this pair today. This is a pair that I did in Cocobolo veneer with a very special brown cloth, tan, brown. It's a mix. You'll see. It's one of those vintage looking cloths. I had these speakers on static display at Capitol Audio Fest late last year, and got a lot of nice comments on them. They are really, really beautiful. I'll have them up on the website soon for sale. And if you're in the market for a pair of Rivals, might want to stretch your budget a bit and pick these SEs up. I won't stop making a special edition Rival, but it's time for a change, and so I'm gonna step it up a little bit on the next one. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I still will do curved sides because they're just so cool. Here you go. Have a look. Cabinet volume's about the same as a Rival. The footprint's about the same, except you do have to accommodate these cute little external crossovers. Isn't that cool? Just a beautiful veneer. Let me see if I can get behind here with this camera. Connection comes, you can buy wire into the crossover, and then you have the umbilical that comes out, and I guess you'd say tri-wires into the input. And there are no crossover components inside the cabinet, so don't want to just hook up an amplifier to the cabinet. Although the drivers in my speakers are so durable, I don't think it would phase them, frankly. You'd have to really abuse them. Isn't that cool? Look at that. See how I bring the veneer down onto the front edge? Wicked cool. Yeah, let me pull a grill cover off here. Yeah, easier to do with two hands. Same drivers that are in the Rivals. Same hand-built wooden mid-range horn. Same tweeter and mid-range driver that you'll find in the Vittoras. That's always been the case with the Rival. The Rival's always had the same components that were in the Vittora, just reconfigured into a bass reflex hybrid horn speaker. They're beauties, and they sound really, really nice. You know, had some great comments on the video last week. I was surprised. Well, I don't know if I was surprised. I guess I'm not surprised that most of you agree with me on the DSP thing and how DSP really does degrade signal quality. And a lot of that is some of it's the conversion and maybe the cheap parts inside the DSP, and a lot of it, the more I think about it, is really just the way they're set up. How am I supposed to maintain the quality level that I'm used to in my system and integrate DSP? Pretty hard to do. I like my Mojo Audio DAC or my Border Patrol DAC. They're fantastic. And as soon as I add a DSP, that great sound is just, it's gone. And yes, I think that's stupid. It doesn't mean anybody that does that is stupid. It just means it's a stupid idea. I don't know about you, but I do stupid things all the time. Like buying an old Fiat and paying way too much money for it. I'm regretting buying that one. All right. How y'all doing? I'm doing good. I am attaching the camera to the tripod. It's been a hectic week. It's first week back from the holidays, and just really busy. I had things lined up for everybody to do, and not everything went smoothly. So it was really hectic, and today has been super relaxed, and it's really nice to have a day like this. It's a Saturday. And so, if you can't tell, I'm in a pretty relaxed mood today. Cheers. I do have notes, although I don't really think I need them. So I was reading through the comments, and somebody in the comments made this just short little comment, and I thought, yes, I have the same thing, which is, he says, I don't really want to be fiddling with DSP. And I thought, yeah, no, neither do I. If you give me the option of changing the output level of 60 hertz in my system with an equalizer, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. And then, 80 hertz and 120. Man, there's a huge difference between 40 and 50 and 60 and 80 hertz. These are big differences in character of the sound. I don't know if you realize that or not, but that's why I always say that you really don't want that flat, at least in my opinion. I know some designers shoot for that, but for me, no. There's a particular Multi Audio house sound. Geez, Greg, the bass sounds so right on. How do you do that? It's not flat. It sounds like live music sounds. So yeah, fiddling with DSP, man. If you give me control over that, I'm gonna change it. And then first time I'm sitting listening to music, I'm gonna think, yeah, I think I pushed 60 a little too far. I got to pull that back a little bit. And then I do. And then I sit down and I think, no, I don't know. It wasn't 60. Maybe it's 80. I got to change 80. The point is that the whole time I'm sitting listening to music, I'm not listening to music. I'm evaluating the sound. This is what happens when you have control, when you're given control over things. Your focus is on the wrong thing, isn't it? The focus is on the wrong thing. And I always have to bring myself back to that because part of my job is to evaluate, right? I mean, this is what I do. I have to sit down and I have to think about how can this be better? You know, I'm the biggest critic of my speakers. And so I'm constantly evaluating, constantly thinking about, but what about when I want to just listen to the music? I don't want to think about 60 hertz. I don't want to think about the stereo. I don't want to hear the stereo. I've talked to you a lot about this. I don't want any part of that system in front of me to draw attention to itself. When I close my eyes, I just simply want the soundscape. I want to just melt into the sound of the music. That's what I'm after. And if I'm thinking about friggin' DSP settings and how much fiddling I should be doing to them, my focus is in completely the wrong place. For me. I know there are other people out there who are into the gear. They're gearheads. And they want to be impressed by their stereo system. I don't want to be impressed by my stereo system. Not at all. I want to not hear my stereo system. That's why subwoofers are so difficult, right? It's why they're so difficult. The damn things are just, yep, there it is, right there. It's there. It's just like a noisy tweeter. It's like a Klipsch tweeter. It's right there. There you go. You got a boomy subwoofer and a edgy tweeter. Isn't this wonderful? And now Klipsch wants us to put their DSP in the middle of it all. That's going to solve everything. All right. Oh yeah. So I have an employee who works here, usually just one day a week, and he's a terrific worker. I wish he worked more than one day a week. But anyway, he was very lucky. He got to go to Europe, several European countries, I think, over the holidays, one of which was Germany. And he came back on Tuesday and walked in and gave me this album. And I looked at it, I said, oh, you shouldn't have. And I looked at it and I think, oh, no, you should have. This was really cool. It's, he bought it in Germany for me. It's, I won't do this justice. Well, maybe I will. Ibrahim Malouf. Right? Sounds Latin to me. I don't really know anything about this, but I listened to some of it, and it's dense and rich, and it needs to be listened to more than one time. So thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Here, let me show you this. Yeah, pretty cool. I will play you a song from this album here in a couple minutes. So, last month, prior to Christmas, I got another nice letter from somebody who came here for a demo. And he's telling me my YouTube videos are great, got to keep them up. He said you talked in a video about taking piano lessons as a younger Greg and how the sound of a piano helped inform your speaker designs. And he was ordering this album for himself when it occurred to him that it would be perfect for me. And it is perfect for me. Thank you very much. You know who you are. Appreciate it. Here it is. This is Stanley Cowell, Musa. This was recorded in 1973. Let's see, 73. I mean, 73 is pretty good analog studio recording, right? That may be the height of analog studio recording, right? Newman microphones, there's other ones too, but you know what I'm talking about. Really, and analog tape and quiet and well captured. It's piano. I think. Tell me what you think about this. I think recording piano is difficult. I don't actually think it is difficult for a speaker to reproduce piano. You may argue with me on that one. Maybe I'll argue with myself on that one. It kind of depends, but I think it's very easy for my speakers to reproduce a piano recording. I think it's much more difficult to capture the piano on the recording. And there's many different ways of doing it, and you can hear lots of different ways in solo piano recordings. And this one is fantastic. The sound quality of this is really, really nice. You are sitting beside the piano player. You're sitting in a chair beside him playing the piano. So I would say it was recorded in a small room. Was not. I don't believe it was recorded close to the piano. I believe it was recorded out one microphone, maybe two. You don't hear the room much. What you hear is Stanley Cowell's incredible touch on the piano. It is really well captured on this recording, and he's using the pedal. What is that called? The sustain pedal, the right hand one, and the right footed one. And he's not just, he's feathering this thing. You can hear it right at the end of songs. You get this. He layers it. You get this extra harmonic, almost a smearing of the sound a little bit, and then he hits it, and then you get this decay at the end. The last note just fades off, or the last chord of notes fades off. Really, just incredible touch, amazing recording, and I will play one of these for you as well. I do like piano. I played piano when I was younger. I haven't touched piano in decades. But when I was younger, I really got into it. Had an upright piano. My mom bought me, and she kept it in good shape. This was tuned. I always would sit right there and watch the guy tune it, listen to him tune it. And this is where I got the idea of taking the board off. He'd take the whole front apart. And you go to put it back on it. No. I don't want to leave that right off, man. I'm just like, the sound is incredible when you're just sitting right in front of the whole thing. Anyway, thank you so much for the gifts, people. What a perfect gift to give me, because basically I have everything. I don't need anything. And so what do you get somebody like me? Well, a vinyl record is perfect. I am a little disappointed. My digital sounds better than my vinyl to me. What do you want me to say? You want me to lie? I know the vinyl's supposed to sound better. I get it. It's supposed to sound more natural and more analog, and I get it. I do. I understand, but it's simply not for me. Yeah. So solo piano recordings. This one made me think of one that came. I wrote it down. Yeah, it came 2 years after this Stanley Cowell recording. Uh, Stanley Cowell recorded in '73, and at '75 there was the Keith Jarrett one. You remember this one? This is the live one. He showed up at a concert. The concert, I think the name of the album is called I won't be able to pronounce this. Köln concert. The Köln concert, something like that. And but yeah, he shows up to the concert hall, and apparently he was driving all night or something. He's or all day, and he's exhausted. And he gets there, they got the wrong piano. They have some. They were supposed to have some piano there. Somebody brought the wrong piano in. This piano is broken. It's out of tune. The lower registers are really weak on it, and he's like, nah, I got to cancel this thing. I'm not doing this. And he didn't cancel it. What he did was he spent a few minutes right before the show, right? Sat down with his piano and learned what its weaknesses were, actually recompose what he was going to play around the strengths of this instrument. And I think continued to do that. I've listened to that recording start to finish, and I think he continued to learn the instrument all the way through the recording. And pretty amazing. But I think I'm realizing that I really do like solo piano recordings. There's something about, I like all kinds of music, but there's something about when it's one person playing an instrument for you. And it resonates with me because I think I used to play piano for me. So, there you go. I'm gonna play some tunes for you. Ready? Let me polish this off. Cheers. Oh, that's good. All right, here we go. Let me turn this thing around. Oh wait, I go like this. I'll get it eventually. Hang on, let me adjust this. Faulty audio, rival SEs, Cocobolo. is beautiful. Yeah, pretty cool. That's a very, that's a very nice sounding recording. That last one was Stanley Cowell. Anyway, I'm just gonna relax. You know what? I think I'm gonna have a nap. I recommend you have a nap too. Appreciate your support, guys. I really do. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I do this every Sunday morning. I put this out. We have a cup of coffee and we chat about audio stuff. Sometimes I play music. So, join me, won't you? Trust your ears. Have fun. I'll catch you on the next one.